Yo, what's happening? This is Late Night CJ, and we back at it once again. Now let's just get right into it. Let's not play around with it. Did Shedeur Sanders get set up for failure? Yes, but it's not that simple. Was it because he was black? I don't know, but it sure do stink like it. But let's get into this. Let's just jump right in. Now, initially, I did want to just respond, but I was like, do I want to come across too emotional, or do I really want to give people the deeper dive? And so I decided to marinate a little bit on it. But let me pull y'all behind the curtain. Historically, as black folks, we always look at it like this. By the time we get the opportunity, it's either a powerless position or it's destined to fail. Could it be as far as President of the United States? Could it be the CEO of a company? Or in this case, or quarterback, right? You trade Joe Flacco, everybody was like, okay, put in Shedeur. They was like, no, Deion Gabriel. It was like, okay, he a youngster, he was drafted in the 5th round. He'll get his opportunity at some place. At least if the team start to stink, then we could just bring homie in and see what he got. Then week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, it's like, we sitting there like, you gonna put in Shedeur? Stefanski is like, no! He's like, oh, okay, you gotta wait your turn. Sometimes you gotta say, make your bones. Pause, that sounded crazy. But you gotta pay your dues. Sometimes you gotta get in there and practice. As Floyd Mayweather said, you know, the hard work, dedication, and then you get your opportunity. And then, just like clockwork, homeboy get hurt. Bing, bell ringing and everything. And they're like, Shedeur, get in there. Oh, where my shoes at? Where my helmet? Man, if I knew I was gonna get in, I would've got my braids tight. Just playing. Making light of the situation, but that's the reality. You just threw him in there. Now, this is where it looks janky. After the game, after Shedeur get his head beat in on 4 for 16, 2 sacks. Man, I seen one look like he was out there running for his life. It's like, who blocking this brother? He get out there and then they asked Stefanski, well, you know, how many times did he really get to play with them dudes on there? He was like, never. Never? He was like, yep. Ever since Shedeur been drafted, he not one time played with the starters. Not at all. Now, I can see when he was 3rd string, 4th string, absolutely. You might not even make the team, homie. But then when Flacco get traded, and then they put the other dude, what's that last name? Zippy, something like that. Whatever he was, he got moved behind Shedeur. And then you move up Deion Gabriel. So now he's the number 2. You are the number 2 backup, and not once since May have you practiced at all. Not one snap, one rep, one toss, one handoff, or nothing with any of the starters. That's what leads me to, was he set up for failure? Yes. And I'm looking at Kevin Stefanski. I don't want to disrespect the man's family. That's who I'm looking at this point. Homie, there's no way you could tell me you was trying to get this team ready and your backup quarterback has never stepped foot on the field in cohesion with the team. He been on the field, but he wasn't playing with them. They had on the same jersey, but he ain't never threw the ball to none of them. Man, he got behind center and went to say hut hike, and them dudes looked up like, who voice is that? Shedeur saying hut, they waiting for hike. Shedeur say hike, they waiting for hut. They take off running, he's still standing there like, what? Violation. How can you say you care about winning on this organization and you don't even prepare your players for success? That's selfish. And let me tell you why it was selfish. Because of Deion Sanders, proud daddy, said, hey, I would like to coach my son in the NFL. I've been coaching him since Little League. What father's dream wouldn't be if you've been coaching your son to be at the top premier level and both of y'all up there, you got the headset on and you coaching your son in the NFL. That's just a father's dream. That ain't specific to Deion Sanders. But homie, Coach Stefanski, he's like, come up here and take my job. I'm prime time around here. I'm sure he didn't say it like that. I'm for sure he didn't say it like that. But he was definitely trying to put his foot down and let him know who wear the big draws around there. And that's a violation, which swings it back around to what I believe is the number 2 reason. This is where I say we're not gonna be lazy about racial conversations. You'd be like, oh, he's black. Nah, because then they can easily dismiss it and be like, see, here they go. Every time somebody's not good at something, they want to blame it on race. Okay, check this out. Throughout history, proud individuals seem to have a problem with flashy brothers. I'll give you a second to think about that because the names I'm about to name off are very familiar over the decades that actually prove my point. Let's go back. Jack Johnson, right? Heavyweight champion, world famous, way back, early 1900s. You know what I'm saying? They created a whole law because of the women that he was traveling around state to state with. You could look it up, the Mann Act. Then you have somebody, let's bring it up a little further. Muhammad Ali, I'm pretty, I'm the greatest, I must be the greatest. They hated Muhammad Ali. Too flashy, sitting up there just whooping on people. Oh, bam! Let's move it forward a little bit. Michael Jordan. Yes, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. They hated him, especially in Boston. Larry Legend. Until Larry Legend said, I think I just saw Jesus out there in a pair of sneakers. And they was like, well, let's see. And then Michael Jordan, when he told them, Republicans buy sneakers too, they was like, MJ, the GOAT. Floyd Money Mayweather, before that, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, and he was whoop, pop, beep, pop, bing. Olympic gold medalist. When he fought Ricky Hatton, it was more people there cheering for the foreigner than there was cheering for the gold medalist American. When he fought Manny Pacquiao, the same thing. Oh, we can't talk about what's real? They do not like flashy individuals. Long as you sit there and be happy to be on the roster or happy to be an employee or just happy to have been there, they are cool. Do y'all remember before Shedeur even got drafted, he had that little Nike deal where he was like this with the rollie? Y'all don't remember that? And they had the Nike sign like welcome to the league or something like that. Before he even took one snap, he was a Nike. It's Shedeur time. Kevin Stefanski said, ha! Lies! Not while I'm around. Who you think he is? Pulling up to a Bentley. Rolling up. Who you think he is? Make more money than a starting quarterback as the 4th string quarterback at the time. No. Who he think he is? Gonna talk about his daddy said he would like to coach him. Not on my watch. How about that? Stefanski was like, not on my watch. Violation. So it begs to ask the question, was he set up for failure? On the surface, you might use race, you might use the fact that he is popular and all that, how he was the first one to have a deal that brought the internet popularity and influencer type of thing to the contract. The more traffic he brings towards the team, the more money they bring towards him. He was the first one to pull off a deal like that. 5th string making like 20 million. What? They was like, we gotta put a lid on this. There's no way we're gonna allow some rookie who's the 4th string to be making all that paper, because what's gonna happen when you get a 1st round draft pick that got this type of business sense, that has this type of guidance, that has this type of leverage? Because y'all didn't say nothing at all when it was Eli Manning. When his daddy said, if y'all drafting, he's not playing. Oh, we can't talk about what's real? This is just food for thought. I ain't trying to stir the pot or nothing like that. I just want y'all to get a deeper perspective in what's going on. Because the truth of the matter is, if Stefanski really and the organization really had in mind winning, there's no way they would have sent that young man out there so unprepared to get his brains beat in and then be like, ha, look at your boy. Y'all been calling for him. Y'all said y'all wanted to play. Is that what y'all wanted to see? But this is Late Night CJ. Like, comment, subscribe, share, repost, clip it, put it all on there. You have my permission. I ain't flagging nobody. I ain't gonna be like, flag on the plate. No. Let's get this out here. Get the dialogue going. 100.